The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now it's Trubisky. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very solid gain of 27. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Set up! 180!
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Damian Rattling with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Lucky 56. Leopard! Leopard! Gone!
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Green 39! Green 39! No. Check. Patriot! Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit!
They'll drop the throw, escaping the pressure right. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. But I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Let's go.
They'll try the right side here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Move, move.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Hands up. Gotta go, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Over!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Maurice Alexander making the stop defensively.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And just shedding him off there. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards in a Steeler first.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Back to throw here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? But wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Red, up. 18. Gotta go. Red, up.
Now it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
18. Red, up. Hey, gotta go. Red, up. Lock in.
Trubisky will throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On first down, Trubisky finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a pickup of just 2. From midfield now, here's Trubisky, and it'll make it a second down. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down, eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Lock in. Hey, 18. Go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Gone! Detroit! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they'll run it here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. back at the 47-yard line. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the 3rd level before you know it.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 48 yards. Looking to throw. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Pass it, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Go.
Now a handoff looking right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Trubisky. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. Third and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Now Trubisky lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here, and I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Gotta go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Lock in. Red, up. 18. Lock in.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again, escaping the pressure right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Josh Malone. And it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15... the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. You see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Gone.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To the right side and complete to Washington. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll fight a man over the middle. It's Washington. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They go play action here on first down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Gotta go.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays. But it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now they'll run it on the toss. Space to maneuver at the 40. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abukum. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the... And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. As his guys are in for 6, and the Browns add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Room to run past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Leopard! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Set! Blue 90!
They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Leopard! Detroit!
Back to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go now.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Cleveland, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.